Gang!
You're gonna throw away songs. I kept 8 songs this morning out of the 20. I tossed 12 because like, nope, hook's not gonna be hot enough. Toss it. Now, out of those 8, I'm probably gonna record and keep maybe 4 or 5 of them. Just being honest, that's how it works. The more you create, the more options you have.
And it's only right I say I'm out. Yeah. Shark Tank is probably all this money or the cars only parking. I've been eating good.
What is Smart Rapper Gang? I'm gonna show you today how to record a rap song step by step. What do you record first? What do you record second, third, fourth, and so on in the order of importance, okay? And this is how you'll watch a song come together better. You'll be like, oh, once you start doing it my way, you'll start saying, oh, now you start watching the song fill up. And if you follow all the steps, you'll be like, oh, now it's completed. I can see why Rob was telling me to do all that. Go ahead and add that little 7 there, because let's add that. Actually, what I'm gonna do is number 5, I'm gonna teach you a little something that I do, completely optional, a little bit of a secret that'll make all your songs better. Okay, and I just added that. So now there's 7 steps in this, okay? Because I'm like, oh, this is missing this. I gotta tell them about this. So I'll tell you number 5. Let's go ahead and get into this. How to record a rap song, step by step, the right order. You'll never be lost again. That's what I'm here for, all right? 2020 is my year, and you're watching these videos, so it can be your year too. You're learning, right? So make sure you subscribe to me and hit this little bell so you get notified every time I'm releasing these videos so you can get smarter, right? I'm gonna help you get further faster. That's why I made Smart Rapper. Don't forget to follow me at Smart Rapper on Instagram and everywhere else, and Rob_level. Shoot me a DM. Let's get it. Let's go ahead and get started. Anybody who's watching these videos, you already know you gotta come out swinging, and because it's the most important part, you have to start with this. You have to record the chorus first. And here's why. If you had an idea for a chorus and you thought the melody was amazing and oh my God, it's gonna be a hit, and you record this and it doesn't sound right, you can scratch the song, right? If you cannot get a hook to sound right, if you cannot deliver this hook properly, you either need to rewrite a hook, you need to choose the best hook from the verse melodies, which you may not even want to do. Look, if I go to record a chorus and it doesn't sound right, and I know that it's not just my tone, but it was just like it wasn't right and I thought it was before I heard it, I throw the song away. I just put the verses into a backup folder for other songs. And oftentimes, if I'm freestyling, if I find melodies that I like when I'm making the songs, I may not have anything for the verse yet, and I may have a hook idea. There's a lot of songs that I recorded that are just a hook. I was like, ooh, this could be right, and then I didn't even complete them because I was gonna allow you guys to get on the Smart Rapper mixtape and you could do the verses. So no song ever goes to waste. If I like the hook, I recorded it, okay? So first and foremost, most important thing, even if you don't finish the damn song, is record the chorus to see how it's gonna sound. Because even if you don't write verses to it, you can let your friends hop on it. You're still on the song, okay? You can get features from other people. They'll fill in the verses for you. You made a hot hook. That's all you need to do. You're still on the song. So always chorus first, always. If it's not good, toss it. You're gonna save a lot of time, my friend. And the thing is too, you play, Rob, I can't afford to throw away songs. I made 20 songs this morning. You probably hear me talking about this in the other video. I'm not really even bragging. This is normal. I make 20, 25 songs every time I go through beats and I make songs, go through 200 beats. I do this. You're gonna throw away songs. I kept 8 songs this morning out of the 20. I tossed 12 because like, nope, hook's not gonna be hot enough. Toss it. Now, out of those 8, I'm probably gonna record and keep maybe 4 or 5 of them. Just being honest, that's how it works. The more you create, the more options you have. And if you make 100 songs, how many of those you think are gonna be good, right? As opposed to you make 10 songs and you spend all your time and energy making the choruses on all 10 and you toss 8. Trust me, I know the process. If you don't get the hook right, if the hook don't sound right, toss it. I'm saving you a lot of time in your career right now. Now, number 2, after you have your chorus recorded, the next step is obviously the second most important part of the song, which is you're gonna record your verses. Now here's the thing, you should already have lyrics written for these verses, right? And if you have lyrics written for these verses and you record them and they sound good and they're flowing from the verse to the chorus and then back into the verse and back to the chorus and everything sounds good, you're good to go. And here's the thing, if you haven't done any voiceovers or any ad-libs inside of your verses yet and it already sounds good, that's a good sign. But heads up, sometimes songs are gonna sound bare without ad-libs depending on the type of style you're writing. If you're writing like this, tighten my fist, striking the bitch, high up with shit. Like if you're writing like that, you can see that sounds bare. So I needed you needed to jump into it like writing the bitch, yeah, bitch, tighten the fist, hold it here. You know what I'm saying? You could tell you needed ad-libs to fill that in, okay? Just a heads up for you. So the next thing, obviously, is gonna be, you're gonna record your ad-libs to fill in the verses. Heads up here too. Another note. Not all songs need ad-libs. Sometimes your verse will just sound clean. Do not force ad-libs into a song. You don't always need ad-libs. Sometimes you can add ad-libs and turn them way, way down. Okay, sometimes you don't need it. Here's the thing, if it's a more emotional song, you're gonna have a lot more tension and release and really involve the listener more emotionally if you don't do any ad-libs, okay? But it depends on the song. Now after you have your ad-libs, yeah, woo, yeah, bitch. After you have all those inside the song, it's time to move to number 4. Before we go to number 4, I wanna tell you something though. When you are recording ad-libs, a lot of people may not take them as seriously as you need to because it seems very common or it seems very easy, right? It's just like a noise in the middle. The word ad-lib actually means out of nowhere, right? And it's like out of nowhere, off the top of your head. That's actually what ad-lib means. So when you're doing ad-lib, that's why it's just like a random noise, because that's the definition of it. So when you're in the middle of the thing, you go, yeah, like in the middle of it, that's an ad-lib. But the reason I'm telling you this is, you have to remember that your ad-lib is inside of a pocket, inside of the beat. So it's also considered your vocal, which is considered an instrument. So the way that you deliver the ad-lib, the length of the ad-lib, okay, so you can go, yeah, you hit it really hard, you hit it quick, like, hey, like, yeah, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Depending on the way that you do it. Or it could be, yeah, right? So it depends on the type of ad-lib you're doing and which part of your verse will help carry your verse, right? So at the end of every 4 bars, quick tips, you're gonna wanna do longer ad-libs, right? So you'll hear it, because generally your hardest punchline hits at the end of every quatrain, at the end of every 4 bars, right? So that's when you're gonna go, so like in the first 3, you go, yeah, woo, uh-huh, right, woo, right? See how that stretches out, but it's also building, releases, building. So that's some ad-lib tips for you, okay? And I wasn't even gonna say that, but that's a really good tip I had to give you. And I teach you all this stuff inside of my songwriting course. But here's the other thing. When you're doing ad-libs, don't just do one take of ad-libs. I do numerous takes of ad-libs, okay? What I do is this. When I record all the ad-libs, and then I listen back. And if that ad-lib doesn't make me feel, yes, that carried that part, I delete the ad-lib, and I go through and delete all the ad-libs. Let's say that there was like 12 ad-libs in the whole thing, and I dislike 4 of them. I'll delete those, and I'll go back through, and I'll record until I hit the ad-lib that really carries that section for me. It's still your vocal. It's still a part of an instrument. If it doesn't sound right, it doesn't sound right, but it could still sound right, but if it doesn't carry the part or add something to it, record it again. Ad-libs are more important than people realize. I've been in studios with engineers and they're like, oh, I want to record the ad-libs again. They're like, oh no, that was good. It was good enough. Good enough's not good enough. I have 10 million rappers out here that I have to be better than, okay? My music needs to be perfect. Do it again. That engineer, that was annoying shit to me when that engineer did that to me. I'm like, no, I said I want to record it again. It's not good enough. Good enough is not good enough, okay? I'm perfection. I want perfection, bitch. Now, number 4, and we're almost to number 5, which is a little secret I'm gonna give you. All right, number 4, voiceovers. Now, a voiceover is where you're saying the lyrics behind the lyrics, okay, as they're being said, right? So if I was saying, as they're being said, I would say, as they're being said behind it, okay? And what that does is you're using the ad-libs to emphasize the words that you want to stand out. So what really helps here is you learning how to bounce with the same way that your flow is going, and you only say the words that add to the bounce, because it's a sub-level bounce. Not sub as in subwoofer, but there's a sub bounce. Let's say that your lyrics are up here, and your flow is hitting like, here's a rhyme, and it goes, flows, here's a rhyme, here you go, flows, here's a rhyme. What happens is you have this layer up here, and these rhymes are musicality to the person's ear, okay? What happens is when you go through behind this, and you do an ad-lib, let's say it was like, hit, get, brick, right? If I go, hey, carries through, brick, get, if I'm saying that behind it, it's carrying it on another sublayer. So the sublayer is another flow that's happening underneath your flow. It's very subliminal. It adds to your flow on the top. People don't think like this, but this is how this works. That's why voiceovers are important, even if they're very low down. Some artists don't like use voiceovers. They don't do those in their songs. I highly recommend you do, because you can also tighten these up. You tighten these up properly, it's gonna carry it. It's really gonna carry it. Even if it's way down low, it's still a sub barrier that's carrying a flow. Okay, so especially if you're doing it on the rhymes, right? If you're making your rhymes, if you're doing the voiceover on the rhyme itself, it makes the rhyme stand out more to the person's ear. So at the very least, do the rhyme, okay? That's how you do it. Now there's different options, obviously. I wasn't gonna go into this in depth, but I might as well teach you guys, right? So you can stretch the word, like I said, yeah, hey, brick, or you can just go, hit, brick, get, right? And to make pop a little more. You test these, see what sounds better for this song, okay? And this is why voiceovers and ad-libs, it may seem like something so minuscule, but it's that little bit extra that makes you stand out, makes your music really great. So, Number 4, the fourth thing you do is those voiceovers, and go through there and do that. Now obviously, another quick tip is there's numerous ways you can do voiceovers as well, because you don't have to do it with the same tone of voice. You can do them with a higher tone of voice, a lower tone of voice. You can pitch down the vocal, you can pitch up the vocal. It's sitting behind it, okay? You can also add effects to the voiceovers so they stand out a little bit more and wrap around the vocal in the mix. There's a whole bunch of other things, but I'm just telling you guys, right? You could also do things such as only doing voiceovers on the 5th bar on, so that the first 4 bars inside of the beat, so that the first 4 bars inside of the verse actually build more, because it's more bare, and then when the 5th bar hits, it's building. It's doing that crescendo we're talking about. And you can do this with voiceovers. These are the secrets people don't know, okay? These are the secrets. So I'm just giving you guys some little tidbits and advice. Again, I've been doing this for a very long time, okay? I know all this stuff. I'm just sharing the secrets with you guys, all right? Because you haven't thought about that. So we're gonna get to number 5 now. Number 5 is gonna be a little bit of a secret that, this is the type of stuff that I've been doing for a long time, and it really adds flavor. And this is the type of stuff that real artists, not rappers, artists do. Like, you know, Kanye West, people, creatives, this is what they do. And this is what I do. And that's why I was like, when I looked at my script that I have here, when I looked at the list that I have here, I was like, I need to tell them, I need to add this in here, and that's why I extended it to number 7. But after you do the voiceovers, do the chorus, do all this other stuff, I want you to go back through, and I want you to add voice elements, okay? So we're gonna add, look at this. Now when I say voice elements, I mean like voice instruments. And voice instruments are pretty much you using your voice as an additional instrument aside from your vocal, right? So I go through songs, and actually I should really put an example on here, like the song I made yesterday. You're gonna add layers with your voice, and a lot of people won't even know that they're there. And you can do this, and oh my God, what song? Hot. Hot's a perfect example, okay? If you go listen to Young Thug Gunna, Hot, what's happening in the beginning that you probably never noticed? It's going, he's breathing. Did you even realize that was there? That carries the entire intro. Him just going, that's the type of layer stuff I'm talking about. Creative artists do that because those little sounds and those voices and those things that you add underneath it carry a song. I always, if you go to my music, you probably don't realize it's there. I build crescendo in the song by adding. Yesterday, I went, I mimicked a horn on the song. And I was like, burr, burr, burr. Right? And then I put effects on that, and it sounds like an instrument, and I'm layering it, and it's adding, it's building more to the production of the song without you actually having to learn how to be a producer. And this is how I've always, from the beginning, because when I first started making music, I wasn't very good at making my music sound good. So I always added tons of layers to really set it off. And that's really where I built that habit and skill from. Then I learned people like, one of the things that made Kanye different was that Kanye did this stuff all the time. And Kanye adds vocals instruments. He adds vocals and singing and things like that. And I was like, oh, cool. So I was doing it right? But only real artists do this stuff. And once you learn how to layer things right, like in the song I made yesterday, I did a falsetto. And you'd be like, why would a falsetto possibly go in the song? But it sounded fantastic. You try different sounds and voices and add voice elements to your song. And this is the point where you do this, because this really sets everything else off. It really sets everything else off. It really does, okay? Sometimes I'll lay 3-4 different types of voice layers or different sounds and things there. And also you gotta consider harmonizing, right? So you can go back through, even in the voiceover section, you can sing behind it to really carry it. Like if the word was get, like bread, like shit, right? You're sitting there and it's just down there underneath it, but it's there. And it adds to the song. It adds an element that tickles the listener's ear, okay? I'm gonna give you guys all the tips, man. All right, let's go to number 6. Now number 6, and this is generally how I do this. Number 6, I actually go and I make sure I record an intro. Now, oftentimes I already have like a, yeah, 11, yeah, I don't stop. Like that stuff's all in my intro because those are my things, right? Those are already in the intro, but I go back and I make sure that when I listen to the song from beginning into where the song really starts over and over again, and I make sure that all those pieces entertain the crap out of me. And I make sure that they entertain me because that's how the listener's gonna be entertained. That's the first thing somebody hears. You gotta consider this could be the first song they ever hear from you. So what you wanna do is make sure your intro grabs the person. You need to make sure it grabs the listener. You should never have a song where there's nothing being said for the first 10 seconds. You need a noise or something. And again, example, go listen to Hot by Young Thug and Gunna. This, because without that, it would just been a beat. And that wasn't enough. Perfect example, okay? So you need to know that. Go back through. You're already probably gonna have some words and things you already did in the intro when you were just creating it, but go back and make sure the intro is right and that you're grabbing that listener and that you do your tagline and everything and really let people know it's you on the song and entertain them. Maybe say things that entertain them. Like I did a song 2 weeks ago. I was like, I messed up. I was like, yeah. I was like, I should probably record that. Fuck it. It's hard either way. And it's like, you don't like it? Bite me. And it's like, bitch, bite me too. Jaw hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, but I built it and it's entertaining and you think I messed up, but I actually did it on purpose. But it's entertaining. And then it flowed into the verse seamlessly, and the person listening is gonna think that it was a complete accident that I did that, which makes it more creative. Entertain the listener. That's what you gotta do. Then, lastly, it's the same thing for 7. You have to do the same thing for the outro. You have to make sure that the outro is right. You have to record the outro. Is there words you're gonna say in the outro? Are you gonna fade the outro? Are you gonna cut it out? How long? How many beats are left in the outro when it's going out? And does it end with a feeling? Sometimes you need to extend it and let it fade out because it gives that feeling of like, damn, I just listened to that shit hard. Oh, I need to re-listen to that, right? And then sometimes you just need like a 4-bar. It just needs to end. Remember, the feeling you leave them with at the end is what's gonna make them want to do what? Repeat the song or not, okay? So you need to make sure the end is right, okay? And those are the steps of recording a rap song, or any song, really. If you want to get my songwriting course, you can tell I know my stuff. This is just the basics. I got a really big songwriting course. You guys want to check that out? I'll put a link below, or you can go to smartrapper.com/write songs. If you guys want to get the Smart Rapper Shortcut Calendar, which teaches you everything to do every step of your career for the first 6 months, 24 weeks straight, 100% free, you can go ahead, the links are going to be below. And you should really check out the Rapper Shortcut because it comes with my songwriting course, my flow course, my lyric writing course, how to rap, advanced rapping. It's going to eventually come with speed rapping when I make that, probably. Yeah, it'll come with it. I'll make sure to include that because why wouldn't I? It's a shortcut. Anyways, I have everything. I teach you how to even make your own lyric videos, start your own label, everything. The Rapper Shortcut is the move, okay? Hope this helped you today. Don't forget, 2020 is my year. I'm blowing up this year. I'm super blowing up this year. And if you're watching these videos, you can blow up too, okay? So make sure you subscribe and hit this little bell so you're notified every time I release a video. You wanna get smarter, you wanna get further faster? That's why I made Smart Rapper, okay? Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Smart Rapper and Rob_level. We're taking over. 2020 is my year. I'm not playing. You wanna learn? Let's get it. I know you learned from this. Take notes and don't forget this stuff, okay? Keep hustling, gang. I see you at the top and I'm almost there.
Then it's only right I say I'm out. Shark Tank is probably all this money or the cars only parking. I've been eating good, stacking chips like a card game. Walk around knowing none of shit like a fart stand. All my shit is new age, I'm new wave.